Welcome with Swiss Trader. I just show you my quick short strategy, and it is a strategy where you short very quickly, only movements, no trends. The principle is you just have to have clear short situation, and you take the profits very quickly. The preconditions are you have poor short situations. For example, you have a red hourly candle before, you short after a massive peak, and you short a breakdown. I usually take Dow Jones, but here you have to be very careful because of the massive pullbacks. When the Dow falls down, he can make a pullback of 100%. It's quite dangerous, and you need a fast, reliable broker. I use MetaTrader 5. That's important, not MetaTrader 4, but the fast MetaTrader 5 with MetaTrader 5 is 64-bit programmed. Yes, the environment, you just check the hourly chart before, maybe one or two red candles, hourly candles would be good. The price is, for example, far above the VWAP, or the price is under the VWAP. VWAP is the average volume weighted price. It is this blue line. Here it's far away from the VWAP. That's good because there is a big possibility to fall. VWAP is like an equilibrium price. And what is good price? Below the SMA 200. Here the orange line is the SMA 200, and here is the SMA 20, and it is good. These points are good shorting entries near the SME, simple moving average 200. And here we have the EMA 1000. It's far down because in this situation the Dow Jones made 100 points up. Look to that you have to trade in liquid markets, not in dried up markets. Dried up markets, it's very dangerous. You can't control the movements. The chart, you use the minute chart, 2-minute chart, 3-minute chart to your preference. You have SMA 200, 64, EMA 20. You have the Bollinger Bands, and you have the VWAP, and you have to use the Swiss important lines. It's my indicator you find for free. I show you after where. You have the hourly min-max, the pivots, the pre-day high and pre-day low. And the parabolic is good too. And you draw the important support and resistance lines by hand. In some videos I have the Kalman filter. It's not necessary. And the tool is the Swiss Fast Shark scalping tool. You find it on MQL5. When you look on the Swiss Trader, you find these important lines or a token RSI. I will publish more tools for free. Now the entry points and time, you have to look at formations. for example, shoulder, head, shoulder. Such formation make it clear when you can enter. You have to enter at the pullback when it goes up, and at least at the middle of the Bollinger Band, best at the upper Bollinger Band. And you have to watch VWAP, the SMAs and the EMAs, and the prior high and low of the previous candle, hourly candle. And don't enter when there are news, when they are starting off trading. You have inadvertent movements. And trade only on liquid markets with enough liquidity. Now the entry, you primarily should use limit sell orders. When it just begins to rally, you can enter with market order, but don't use a stop order. With stop order you lose some points. And if you missed the top with entering, you can scale in. I show you how. And the stop loss, you have to set it on 50 points to take profit on 30 points, but you usually don't use these limits. They are only for security reasons. Maybe you have an internet outfall, the broker falls out, and so on. And you have to adjust your stop loss and take profit after you entered. And look to the main resistance, stop loss, and the take profit. You just make it enough large that you don't exit too early. The exit, you only trade a move. You don't trade a trend. That means that you exit soon. The exit points may be pre-days high-low, the VWAP, SMA structures. You will find them. You see them when you trade, and don't forget the psychology. Limit your wins, not only your losses. With this method, you can accumulate large wins in 5 minutes, and that could you are so proud that you get $200 per 5 minutes that you can't think rationally anymore because of the testosterone. And the next trade you might risk too much, and yes, it's very, very dangerous. Therefore, I tell you, limit your wins. When you have your $200 per session, quit. And always look that you have always the overview, and therefore you check the hourly chart. Here are 2 examples. I made one yesterday. The global situation was on Friday evening. There was a massive rally up in the Dow, and now it is going down. And we have 2 red hourly candles, and on Friday evening, and you see I entered here. It's a bit too deep. It's a bit below the middle Bollinger Band. It would be have been better to enter here. Because I entered here, I had to scale. I entered here and here again, and afterwards I entered 2 so that I had a scaled entry. And this scaled entry was quite at break even, here $12.50, and in the end it was $111 because it was something like a double top or a shoulder head shoulder formation, and I realized the win quite quick. You see, the price broke the last hourly candle, which is given here. And another example, I made it over at noon. It was out of the trading time of Dow, and the entry here, it looked very bearish. We had the 100 is about here, it 23,900, and I traded from here to about here only 5-6 points, and the result, it's about, with 100 contracts, 5 points is $500, and you see here the previous day close here, the high of the hourly chart, of the preceding hourly chart, the low of the preceding hourly chart, and the parabolic here, as I have here the Kalman filter, but it is not necessary. You see that it is a downward trend without this this indicator. I have here the RSI. The RSI I have on the MQL5. I have a talking RSI. It tells you when it is massively oversold. That's a good time to exit. And the disclaimer is we don't take any responsibility for success. That's clear. And maybe I just can I show you very quickly how it works. One moment. Yes, it is this one. So you see here the situation. We have red candles after a big rally, and at Friday evening, ideally we have. I entered maybe one sees. Yes. It was not very good. My entry. I entered here and had to scale in with limit buy here, and on the Swiss Faster Shark tool you just click limit buy, and you can set the numbers of contracts here, and here you delete pending orders, and here you close everything. When you reached your goal, you just close everything, and I show you how it worked. It first made it even rose again, but you see some structure. It's some double top or some shoulder formation, and when we go farther up, you see that the price will come down. In between it went even up, but you have to stay in.
I'm still -1.
I posted a stop loss above this whole structure, and finally
The last hour
it broke the H1
plus
border,
4.
the last hourly candle.
The money is 8. You turn here.
So it's still at the. So I realized
Just
the wins. It's about
now I have
111 with dollars with 6 contracts. It's still at the 75 level, so I have to stop it. And disclaimer: we don't take any responsibility for this video and for any success. Please ask me if you want some more instruction about my various strategies. Well, that was it. See you again at Swiss Trader. Bye.